The quiet shift. In the bustling city of Elmsworth, among towering office buildings and hurried footsteps, lived a young man named Clarke. Ethan was like many others, a dreamer stuck in the grind. He worked as a junior analyst at a sleek but soulless firm on the 22nd floor of a glass-paneled skyscraper. Ethan had dreams, huge ones. He imagined writing a novel, starting his own company, changing the world. But those dreams were always postponed, pushed aside by emails, deadlines, and the deceptive comfort of tomorrow. Each evening he would stare out the window, watching the sun dip behind the skyline, and whisper to himself, "One day." But one day never came. He would scroll on his phone, binge-watch shows, and tell himself he deserved to relax. Deep down, though, he felt the gnawing pain of unused potential. His manager saw the spark in him, but also the fog. "Ethan," she once said gently, "you have something special, but you're waiting for a storm to push you forward. Sometimes all it takes is a breeze." Ethan nodded, but he didn't understand until one cold morning. While taking the elevator, he met Mr. Solomon, an old man with a cane and a kind smile. He was once a founding partner of the firm. Now retired, he visited occasionally, mostly to observe the young talent. "You seem troubled, son," Solomon said, his voice low but steady. "I guess I just feel stuck," Ethan admitted. "I want change, but I never know where to start." Solomon chuckled. "Change doesn't begin with a thunderclap. It starts with a whisper." Then he leaned closer. "Let me tell you a story." A sculptor once received a massive block of marble. For months, he did nothing. People asked, "Why haven't you started?" He replied, "I don't see the statue yet." One day a child asked, "Can you make something small from the stone?" The sculptor smiled and carved a tiny bird. Day after day, he added to it. Years later, a majestic eagle emerged. Great transformations are born from small beginnings. Ethan stood silent. "Your life is that block of marble. Don't wait for the eagle. Carve the bird." That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. Something had shifted. A quiet shift, but a real one. The next morning he woke 30 minutes earlier than usual. Not much, but it was a start. He read 5 pages of a book during breakfast. At lunch, instead of scrolling, he outlined a short story idea. He wrote 100 words before bed. The next day, he repeated the same. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. Ethan didn't become a CEO overnight, but he became something greater, disciplined. He learned, consistency beats intensity. Small actions make massive impact. Habits shape identity. He no longer chased success. He created the path to meet it. 2 years later, Ethan published his first novel, a collection of stories born from his morning scribbles. He was promoted not because of sudden brilliance, but quiet reliability. And when a new intern asked him, "What's your secret?" he smiled and said, "I started small, but I never stopped." Then he asked, "So, what will you start today?"